People are getting way too comfortable on the internet. And the thing that I'm going to talk about is not necessarily one of the worst things that I've ever seen. In fact, it's quite mild, but it's just yet another one of those things that you see on the internet and you think, ugh, we're so cooked. So I was scrolling on Instagram and I came across this video from a Overwatch content creator. And I thought, okay, I'll watch it, you know, because she was playing Mercy and I like Mercy content. And basically what happened was that she queued into a game and she had locked Mercy, but the other support was a Mercy main, and so she asked in the chat, hey, do you want Mercy? And the other person said, oh my god, yeah, I would really like that, thank you so much. And then she went, yeah, me too. And then she just walked out of spawn as Mercy, and the other support kind of went like, okay, well, that was kind of a bitchy thing to do, and then proceeded to throw the entire game. And I'm not saying that it was warranted to just throw a whole game, because it's not, you know, because you're kind of wasting your own time as well, you know, like why throw a game just because you couldn't play a character. But at the same time, I understand being angry with someone for dangling a treat in front of your face and then have you almost bite and then being like, oh well, no, you can't have it. I feel like that's a shitty thing to do. And the comments on the reel were also kind of 50-50 on it. They were like, oh yeah, that's kind of mean, so, and you're making content about it, don't be a bitch, you know, like you didn't have to do it, right? And the content creator who made the video, I hate their response to it, you know, because people tell you like, oh, that was a shitty thing to do, and like, don't be like that. And her response to it was just like, oh, well, she's just sensitive and I can do what I want and she just needs to get over it. She will get over it, girly, you know, the world keeps turning, blah blah blah. And I just thought it was shitty, you know, because she made a joke and it didn't land well, and she could just take responsibility for it and have been like, oh, sorry, it was just a joke, I'm sorry, you know. She could have just said that, but instead she just went ahead and made a whole video about it, hoping for other people to be like, oh yeah, that girl's such a bitch, she didn't get Mercy and now she's throwing the entire game, blah blah blah. And she just kind of glazed over the fact that she instigated this whole thing. I feel like from the looks of it, the other support could have just been like, okay, I really wanted to play Mercy, but the other person locked in Mercy, so whatever, I'll just play this other character and I'll try my best, right? But because this content creator baited her, she got into a bad mood, and so, I don't know. That's just my little rant. I think that people should just be less mean on the internet, take accountability for if your jokes don't land well, and stop calling people sensitive when they don't get your joke, you know, because sometimes you make a joke and it doesn't land well, or it's just not funny, and then instead of calling other people sensitive or not funny, just be like, yo, I'm sorry, I made a mistake, let's move on, you know. That's fine, that's okay, it's okay to do that, it's okay to make mistakes. So I guess what I'm just trying to say is just be nice on the internet. We all just need a little more kindness. And don't be a bitch.
This farewell.
Payload rolling out.
Round 1 complete.